I always carry this around.
Mm-hmm.
Here's $10, and here's a 1964 coin. Which one do you want? This is 50 cents. This is $10. The average American goes for the $10. This is worth more. Because this is real money. This is fake. They go for fake money all day long. It's really, really sad. This, in 10 years, will be worth 20 of that, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because they keep printing money. Why don't our schools teach us that? Because our school teachers are Marxists. They're Marxist. I mean, not bad people. They're just Marxist. I'm a capitalist. Okay, big difference.
Yeah. You would do great if you went on the street and you asked people, would you want $10 here or this 50-cent piece? And just see what people say.
I do it all the time.
They don't realize that that's silver.
I do. They don't know the difference.
How often do people take the silver?
None. This is worth more.
You say that they don't teach you this in school. I'm curious, why is this not a part of the curriculum? People always speculate they're keeping you poor. They want you to stay poor. They don't want you to understand investing, buying assets instead of buying liabilities. Who are these people that don't want you to become wealthy? Do you think they exist?
I wrote a book called The Capitalist Manifesto. One of the first books I went to military school, the U.S. Merchant Marine Academy. Our first book we had to read was The Communist Manifesto. I recommend everybody read The Communist Manifesto, and you'll find out that most of your friends are communists. They believe in paying income tax and a whole bunch of other things. So I went to military school. I read The Communist Manifesto, and I was curious at that, but I was 18 years old.
Mm.
And then I found out in 1930, Columbia University, that communist organization, invited Marxist teachers from the Frankfurt School in Germany to come to Columbia's Teachers College to teach teachers, American teachers, Marxism. So our school system is Marxist. If you can understand that, I mean, what they told you to pay taxes. You know what Marx says? Taxation is essential for the spread of communism. They also said most school teachers are labor union people. What Marx said was, workers of the world, unite. When I read the Communist Manifesto, it's only a small little book. I went, my family's communist. They're good people. Don't get me wrong. You know, you see them on the street, well, there's communists over there. But they pay taxes. I don't pay taxes.
How would the government run, though, if they were not collecting taxes? Because there would have to be money coming from somewhere to pay for things like roads and city streetlights and things like this.
Not my problem. No, I mean, they'll figure it out. I mean, communists, they just extract your money from the top down. You know, Russia runs, they're communist. The point is people don't know they're educated by communists. I was at Arizona State University, one of the fourth largest schools in America. I was on stage with a guy named Charlie Kirk. They came after us because we were teaching capitalism. So if you understand that, I would say 80% of all school teachers are at the core Marxists. They just don't know it. They pay tax. They belong to the teachers union. What's the biggest union in America? The NEA, National Education Association. National Extortion Association. Our test scores are going down, teacher salaries going up.
If the average person knows nothing about money, if you could go in and rewrite the school's curriculum to teach financial literacy and how to invest, what are the top
I already did that. It's called Rich Dad, Poor Dad.
What would you say?
I already did that.
I agree. I read Rich Dad.
And that's why that lazy son of a Uber driver says, yeah, I got your book. I don't have time to read it. I said, the problem is they're lazy. They're hard-working, poor people. There's nothing wrong with being a hard-working, poor person. You guys had that guy on who I was talking to you about. He hung out with Richard Branson on Necker Island and all this. He says there's different kinds of poor and different kinds of rich. That was a great program you guys had. I sat there listening to it. I went, so he says you can be poor, but you can be ultra poor also. And you can be rich, and you can be ultra rich. And this guy was, what was his name? He was really,
Sahil Bloom.
man,
He was talking about the optimal rich to be, because if you get ultra rich, you have to question, are people around you because of what you have? But if you're rich, you have access to things without being over the top.
Yeah. He was very good.
Yeah.
You great program you guys had. So I listened to that. I learned a lot of it. So I was coming on your show. I better find out what you guys are about here. So you guys are into educating and illumination, basically, putting the light on a subject. But when he says there's, some people, they get so rich, it ruins their lives. I don't have that problem. Because getting rich is a game to me.
You've said savers or losers. That's one of my favorite quotes of yours. I'm curious, when you say savers or losers, what is the average person, the person that doesn't have a lot of extra money at the end of the month, supposed to do then?
Save. Real. Silver today is $45, I think.
Yeah.
Gold is $3,500. I started saving this when it was $1. I have boxes of silver, and I have boxes of gold. I own gold mines. I've taken 2 gold mines public, one on Toronto Stock Exchange, one on New York Stock Exchange. I believe in sound money. I don't work for this fake garbage, but that's what schools teach you to do. This is not money. This is called toilet paper. And they can print as much as they like of it. And it's killing us right now. It's killing this country. So I was just talking to you. I was in Zimbabwe last week. I was in Zimbabwe in 2002. When you guys may have seen them, here's 100 trillion Zimbabwe dollars. Everyone's laughing at Zimbabwe. So I was in Zimbabwe in 2002. I'm a hunter. I'm a politically incorrect hunter. So I'm out there in Zimbabwe. I'm looking at this stuff. And the next year, I went back again. The Zim dollar collapsed. And I'm in a hunting truck. And these truckload full of black guys with AK-47s. They're called war vets. Why they call them that, I don't know. They came up there, just went like this. All we can do is this. When the currency collapses, the economy collapsed. So that's why I say to Americans, I said, America is doing exactly the same thing Zimbabwe is doing now. We print money to pay our bills. There's no difference between a Zim dollar and a US dollar. So I warn people all the time, don't save this. Save silver, Bitcoin, Ethereum. Go for something that's not printed by the U.S. government. Like I said, I don't have oil stocks, but I own oil wells. And every month they pump oil. Guess what? They use it every month. Every month they send me a check. And because I'm in a vital industry, oil, I pay no tax. You don't have to, my friends live in Vegas or Puerto Rico. I said, if you knew the tax law, you wouldn't have to live in Puerto Rico or Vegas, because the tax laws are written for capitalists. If you're not a capitalist, you pay tax.
Now, really quick here, real talk, short form content has been one of the biggest drivers of growth for the Iced Coffee Hour. We'll take our best moments and then clip them up for platforms like TikTok, Instagram, YouTube, and more. But let's be honest, it takes a lot of time to do it correctly. That's why tools like our sponsor, Opus Clip, are a game changer.
Opus Clip isn't just a clipping tool anymore, though. It's a full AI-powered video editor built for creators. It can automatically pull in your long-form YouTube videos, find the best moments, add captions, B-roll, and even schedule clips to post while you're away. It's like having a full-blown editing team, but powered by AI. Top creators like Jubilee and Darman are already using it. In fact, we already use it on the Iced Coffee Hour. If you see this clip that Togi's reacting to right now, it was made by Opus Clip. So sign up today. All you have to do is go to opus.pro/icedcoffeehour to get started. Again, that is opus.pro/icedcoffeehour, or click the link down below in the description. Seriously, guys, I could not recommend it more. Thank you so much to Opus Clip for sponsoring this episode.